Why do we have dex at 12? We're trying to figure out which skills we would actually like to do. Alright, what does having a class skill do? +3 bonus to all skills that you put ranks into. You know what skill I want the int for? I think it's the total number of skills I want int for, right? Yeah. We want some dex for evasion, you're saying. And what role is that? It's our fortitude. Okay, we're not interested in fortitude. We're interested in reflex rolls, right? This is the one that deals dodge area attacks. Okay. Will and reflex rolls. Fortitude is like getting smashed in melee. We're hoping not to be in melee too much. So this is the roll that I'm trying to boost from. Okay. Yeah. Figuring it out. All right. How often do we use magic devices as this class? We're already at quite a disadvantage for this. That's useful, Radiant Ice. Thank you. Teamwork feat requires 13 dex at least. Okay. Health is dex based. Imagine not having a tooltip hover right here. Okay. Any other teamwork feats? Any of you guys know more about the feats? Am I missing any other requirements for the solid teamwork feats or summoning feats that I need here? Any other like minimum requirements like charisma 9 or something stupid? And which of these would I level? Level 5 of these per level up, which everything is 13. Sure, but are there any feats that I want to have charisma? Strength 15, int 13. Oh, there's an int 13 feat too? That's interesting. Alright, so we want to be doing perception. We have wisdom. This is one of the important ones for us here. I want the lores covered. Lore religion, lore nature, being wisdom based seem reasonable for us too. So it seems like we're probably going to want these covered. Trickery is disarm. We're likely to have someone else who can do disarms. I'm not going to worry about that here. I don't really understand mobility and athletics quite yet. Enables you to move near opponents without provoking attacks of opportunity, keep your balance, escape from restraints, break your fall, squeeze through tight spots. Not sure this is what I want to be doing for this. It's good to have backup disarm. Probably is. Good to have backup disarm. I'm not sure it's this character we want to do that with. We're going to have 6 characters, right? Are we presumably going to have somebody else who uses Dex as a main stat? Athletics is spec with heavy armor. Mobility 3 is for... So persuasion here, again, like, is this something I actually want? This is based on charisma, right? We get bonuses based on class. Like, I know this is the... was the intimidation shit. I know, Dirzak, you were pushing me very hard to try to incorporate the intimidation stuff into here. But I think I want to dump charisma. And disarm most traps with summons is a fair point. I'm not going to I'm creating this in dungeon mode, but we're creating this because I can create 5 characters in a row right now, and then we're gonna port this into campaign mode as a plan. Although actually thinking about it, I have no fucking idea how we're gonna do that. I guess I write down some of these things. All right, so what else do we want here? We maybe don't need this much int. Do I need? Someone told me I need 13 int for one of my class features though. I want. This character does not seem super multi-stat dependent, by the way. Like, we're not trying to max like 3 stats. I don't think this should be a main character. I think this should be a secondary character. Yes, we could screen cap 8 different screenshots for sure. All right, what else do we care about here then? We have int. We could make this like this, right? That's 5. We could run Arcana, World, Lore, Religion, and Perception. And be pretty happy with that. This character's not designed to be taking hits. Wants to be summoning things. How many bonuses just by being Inquisitor? I get 1 bonus. This bonus you're talking about, right? Here. What other bonuses are we getting by being Inquisitor? Turn gaze is enough. I'm getting half of the bonus from this anyways. We're already using perception. I don't really... You're arguing for adding another whole wing of stats to this character, doing a mechanic that I don't understand, that I haven't used before, that most of chat seems opposed to. Like, it's difficult to make an assessment on that, but it just seems like not relevant right now. All right, so we are finishing our skill monkeying portion of this. We have 4 ability points left. I'm tempted to put a little bit more in dex. I'm also tempted to pump strength up to 18. Can't do 18 here. But I could leave it at 17. Why does this only cost 1? What it cost the bonus cost? It costs 2? We get 1 less skill up here then. Although it still is giving us 5, so we alternate here. Which one would we pass up on? Problem is, I'm never going to remember that we're getting alternates. We could do this, and the accuracy off strength would be really nice. This actually looks really good to me. Oh, 13. We need 13 dex for a thing. Didn't we need 13 int for a thing too, though, chat? Wasn't there 1 feat we required 13 int for? Okay. Dex. Okay. So we're gonna what? Level up strength pretty much only for this? So of these 5, this is wisdom. It's gonna be one of these. It's probably gonna be either knowledge world or knowledge arcana that we don't end up leveling. These are all wisdom based, so we're better at these. All right, so I'm thinking this. What I'm thinking. Okay. All right, how do I track this? I guess I track this via. Okay, so this is a fucking complicated. All right, this is an Azamar. Monster tactician. Okay, with Sheln luck and Archon blooded. Then maybe I can screen cap that at the end. You're right. Maybe there's a nice summary there. Running 18, 13, 14, 12, 15, 7 stats. With World, nature, religion, perception, focus, stats, skills rather. We get arcana a little bit. Okay. We have to choose a feat. What is our starting feat? We probably need to get the prerequisites for the summoning feats done, right? And the first one of those was like concentration or something. It was like spellcasting concentration or something dumb. What was it called? Spell focus conjuration. That sounds probably right. Spell focus. There. Yeah. Conjuration. Done. Okay. All right. All right. We have now, chat, after 2.5 hours of streaming, successfully recreated the character we already had from yesterday. Hey, we've done it, chat. Victory. Successful. All right.
Don't know, don't care.
Okay. I'm not fucking around with alignment right now.
Not that I care.
We're gonna end up doing a lot of character. Okay, because I want to start the campaign once we're done character creation. We're working it. We're working on it. Thank you, Lord Solar Steve, for the 4 years. Thanks, man. All right. Sure, we can make the portrait more resembling what we have. What does an angel look like? And this is our summoner. I would like something that's characteristic of a summoner. What is characteristic of a fucking summoner? Dude, these portraits are... That looks like a summoner to me. Where was it? Wait, I just had it. Where did it go? There. It looks like she summons things and makes them die. Perfect. Alright, we'll change our gender to match the portrait. Somewhere. Gender chat. There. Okay. Alright. Like a necro. Necros and summoners are like 98% similar.
March, march. All I do is march.
Alright, I think we're done with this one. Not very tanky. We ended up with how much? 14 con? Okay. Do we like the fact that we took... Yeah, we dumped charisma. Definitely want to do that. What about the voice? Oh, you don't want the voice being... I'm fine with the voice. Did I have to change the... It doesn't matter either, because the dungeon mode is just for character creation. We're actually going to play this in... We're going to play this in campaign, I think. So we'll figure out the voice matching later. Okay, so we have to go to the dragon. Dragon was over here. We want to talk to the dragon about character creation. So that's character number 1. And is there a nice summary anywhere? There really wasn't, right? I guess this is kind of a nice summary. Although it doesn't have sub-race in here that I see. I did write it all down. Character 1 of 6. Okay. The biography, chat. I expect most of you to be working on a biography. I will accept 10-page papers and above with citations about the life and times of Filthy Summoner. Nope. Alright, next character. Summon more heroes. Okay, who do we want next, chat? We want... Yep. We could do one of the mad characters for sure. So, okay, we had our roles listed on the screen. We've just done Summoner. Let me get that off the screen. Very hard to see these. Sorry for that. I'm gonna make these black. I feel like I ought to be able to make this... Blurring, not... There it is. I just had to... I see. I see what's... Never mind, I got it, chat. I got it. Not any better, is it? What do I need to do? This is not. Like bold. Better. Okay. All right. Who do we want next, chat? Who do we want next? I would like to get our primary. I want to do either the control caster or the buffer, or both. So maybe the cleric. Can we combine healer and buffer as cleric? Seems to work out nicely. Beginning of the fight, we want to run up buffs. Mid fight, we want to start healing. Does that make sense for us? Yeah, could do the. I mean, the cleric was pretty close to what we wanted last time. Clerics are great for buffing and healing. Good. Then let's work on that next. Home cleric. It does feel like the cleric doesn't need to be as fast, since we don't really care about their positioning, as long as they can cast spells to help us. Not going to be meleeing. So we could take one of the slower races. Those are certainly on the table. I don't know if we want them yet or not. So dwarf with stability and slow and steady would be okay. I don't care about stability. Slow and steady, I mean. With keen senses is also reasonable, I guess. I like hardy. What does the gnome do? Gnome has stuff we don't care about. Keen senses, illusion resistance, gnome magic. Doesn't seem great either. Obsessive. Knowledge world check is okay, I guess. And slow movement. What's the halfling do? I don't even know if I can be a halfling cleric. Let's look though. I guess I should be, looking at the stats. This is con wisdom. I think the clerics are wisdom based, right? So there's an argument for a dwarf here. Halfling luck. Nice. Clerics are wisdom. Alright. I like to have a variety of races in our groups for the, not because of any racial thing for it, but because of the variety of bonuses you get to take advantage of, which is fun for me. So what are we going to do about that? Going to potentially build the cleric. The other healers you guys pointed out were what? Druids? Alright. Why do you think I need charisma as a cleric? I'm not clear on that. There. The DC of the save. Cleric may channel energy a number of times per day equal to 3 plus her charisma modifier. Here's why we want charisma. Okay. Anything else about this? Are dwarves... Wait, would dwarves minus charisma? They are. E. We could take this OP fucking race over here again. Maybe. And then see, I don't remember what this subclass is. I've already forgotten the subclass of these. We're looking for charisma and wisdom. Basically right there. And bonuses to perception. Interesting. I think we were this. Are we recreating our next cleric too? I mean, honestly, like I don't mind. The multi-spec ones are going to be some of our damage dealers mostly, I think. X wisdom. So what do I care about? Charisma, con, wisdom? The minimal nod towards dex at some level that's above 0. Morning, Care Bear. Summon Nature Ally 3. Okay. Alright. Alright. Any incentive to multi-class a cleric, chat? If I look at this class bonuses, I want to look at the cleric progression. I like how the cleric progression is just a blank screen. It's a full caster, right? So the essential argument is my spells get fucked up if I multi-class. Alright, well this might be an easy character creation, which would be nice, because we got to do 6 of these. It would be really nice to get a snap, instant character creation on the cleric. Question is friends we made along the way. No, that's always a trap, Big Ben. Anytime you see that in character creation, just assume you're being liked. You make no friends along the way. Hold is better. Stop with the is better. Is better in context is the requirement of that. Because then I can say I'm not trying to do that and we can move on. Alright. Does enough as a pure caster you can multi-cleric into arcane class. Alright. I'm happy with a basic healing cleric. That seems pretty standard for everything we want to do. What decisions do we have to make there? We have race, which we're mixed on because the charisma stuff is important, presumably. The dwarf, a little bit less exciting. Can we make somebody a dwarf later? Charisma on dwarf is less impactful. It may very well be, honestly. Like, -2. The problem is this is now 2 to a stat I care a little bit about, -2. So we're only getting a +2 out of this, where we're getting a +4 solidly out of Aasimar. Yes, we certainly do not want to heal enemies. That was a very nice perk we took early last time. I think anyone who wants to do anything in melee for me needs to have more than 20 movement. So the penalty for having 20 movement seems relatively minimal on the cleric compared to anybody else. That logic of a party of Aasimars? Maybe. No, you could see that. Imagine this character didn't care about charisma, where the -2 dump is basically nothing. Oh, that was the other thing. What were the racial restrictions on this class, right? This was the one that gives up armor. What do I get from it? I'm not sure I actually want this one, right? We tried this one and it was kind of annoying not to be able to wear armor. So where do I see this? What did I gain from this? Where is it telling me this, chat? Okay, here's cleric. Cleric gets these things. This guy, oh, I got some other things down here. Blessing of the Faithful. Oh, I use this a lot. That was quite nice. Non-domain spells is pretty domain. Domain. What if we don't want 2 domains? We want armor. I'm not trying to damage cleric. I'm happy. We could roll this again. That's fine. I just don't really like the idea of a naked cleric. I mean, I guess I have been pretty adamant about not caring about the defensive values of the characters not in the front line. So maybe there is some benefit to that. Took nature last time and I hated it. What would we want as domains? Do we have to choose like 85 domains? That's so painful. Or through. Sure. When you go into battle, would you like to have a bracelet protecting you or a shield and heavy armor? Plate. Your choice. Bracelet or plate and a shield. There's a serviceable pre-made. Yeah, I'm with that mentality of the being. But I'm just saying that if I'm being consistent with my own thoughts on this, I probably don't care about AC. It's just really weird to give up AC entirely. Okay, I guess I got bored with this character. There's a pre-made. Like, what do I do for the pre-made? I just click load pre-made. How do I get the pre-made for this? Or this one? Or did you mean companion? You guys said pre-made. Meant companion. Is it pretty early? What race is the companion? What are their stat blocks like? Are they playable? Like, good enough? Can I just not worry about it? The dwarf? But he's a dwarf who can't wear armor. Or is he not actually this specialized one? Human. Forms in an Asmar. Alright. Build me, chat, this one. I know that some of you have been pointing directly at, like, here's what you can do. I'm ready for, I'll take this one as a block from you guys. I don't care about the race, particularly. I don't care about the domains. I just want a solid healing cleric from here, as generic as they come. Alright. I'll leave that to percolate for a second, and then we'll get our next class. Okay. Sold. I'm taking that. All right. Thanks, Joas. All right. Human. Subclass. Whatever the fucking thing is. I don't know how to say it. 20 strength. Wait. 7 strength, apparently. Okay. Dex. Con. And charisma. Okay. Weather. Where? Here. Done. Okay. I think I have to have 13 charisma though, because don't I need that one that makes it so my heals don't hit impact other people? I guess we can do that later. Okay, who do we want to make? Who do we want to make next then? Items. It's not the number of channels; it's the skill that makes it so channels don't heal my enemies, which was the one I cared about. Okay. What character to class next? I kind of wanted to mess around with our damage dealer. Let's do our sneak attack build next, right? What else? Okay, chat. I guess another question is, what other sources of stacking accuracy can we generate? So where do my this is totally outside of my knowledge base because I don't know where these come from. Bard generates stacking accuracy bonuses that are in addition to other accuracy bonuses that other classes can throw out. Rebooter Ranger. Don't know what that is. Let's go look at Ranger. Is it a self buff or a group buff? On the Ranger. I see. It's this thing, this Bane ability. Don't want to play a ranger. All right, let's take a look at the bard. Are bards insanely mad in this game? Might this be a good primary character? His performance to inspire courage in his allies, bolstering them against fear and improving their combat abilities. Affected ally must be able to perceive the bard's performance. An ally receives +1 morale bonus on saving throws against charm and fear effects, and +1 competence bonus on attack and weapon damage rolls. I don't want to give up the, that's the buff, right? Inspire Courage is that buff. That's scaling. So Archaeologist gives up the other two do not. What does a Thunder Color do? What is a Sensei in terms of rate, class? Monk. What does this thing do? Cam feet. Oh, there's the Inspire Courage that you're talking about, which is the Bard effect. This is that same thing. This becomes a wisdom-based damage buffer and wisdom to damage. Chat, I need. Like I'm not actually going to play right now. I'm slightly bored with character creation, which rarely happens to me. So what is the issue? The issue is there's too many conflicting thoughts about what we are. So we have the two basic ones we were already playing with, which are fine. The cleric and the monster tactician. We need 4 left. What do those look like? So I liked the idea of the bard was fun, but I don't have to play it again. I like the mix of that. I want 1 sneak attack damage dealer. We want 1 kind of dex part. I want a range. Okay, so I guess with that in mind, what do we actually want for the remaining 4? I want a ranged damage dealer. I want a bow damage dealer. I don't care if it's bows or crossbows or throwing bows or throwing weapons or you toss a cat at them, whatever the fuck it is. I want a ranged damage dealer with some sort of probably self-buffing, but possibly other thing, like arcane archer kind of archetype kind of deal. I want a sneak attack damage dealer. We do sneak attack from range. We could combine those. That's fine. And then I need. So the thing was that I was seeing is tanks don't really. I mean, having a high AC character was good, but that high AC character needs to do other things too. What am I gonna? What are some good ideas for overlapping high AC and something else? Damage, buffing, something else, right? You would try to run Sensei as tank? So you would run like tank and buffs from that? That sounds interesting. The paladin sounds okay. We could run paladin monk there. I like the Sensei as a tank plus buff. That sounds nice. And that gives me the Bard stuff. And you guys were like, Bards are boring. Okay. That's one of them. So, okay. What would be the... Now we got Cleric, Tank Bard, or Tank Monk. Cleric, Tank Monk, and... First character we built. The Summoner. Okay, that's 3. So then we want the... We want Sneak Attack, a ranged damage dealer. Those can be combined, but they don't have to be. I want a spellcaster, a control spellcaster. And that leaves us one more, right? What's the last archetype we want to plug into this group? Paladin. The Paladin doing for us of the roles that we don't have. Can I repeat? Sure. Right now we have a back rank healing cleric. We have a back rank reach attacking summoner inquisitor. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna try to build this Sensei monk thing as a tank and buffer. So then we have, I would like to get a sneak attack using character. Happy to try a ranged vivisectionist or something. That would be fine from my perspective. I want a control caster. That's the second one, and that leaves one slot left. I don't know what the last slot should be. We have healer there. Probably we need some sort of AoE damage dealer, huh? Combine sneak attack and wizard with arcane trickster. I'm not sure that I want the damage dealer being the primary source of crowd control. I suspect I want those separate characters so that I can both damage and crowd control in the same rounds as opposed to alternate. Enables. Who's the skill monkey? I think those are going to be covered by having multiple people with some skill stuff. It might be nice to have a two-handed weapon user that does let me pick up and use items that are fun across the game. Are there any frontline two-handed weapon users that don't just instantly crumple on higher difficulties? Sylvan Sorcerer is an AoE spellcaster. Do we need multiple tanks or just one tank? We're gonna have room for 6 people and only one tank. The Sylvan Sorcerer a multi-spec or no? A lot of summons. Sylvan Sorcerer. Okay, I don't mind playing with standard. I haven't played the game before, so I don't mind using a standard character. Might be simple too with the Sylvan Sorcerer. So then we would what? So we have those 4 slots right now. We have Sylvan Dork as a control. We would have the Sensei Monk as tank and buffs. Okay, and that's 2 spots left. Presumably these are the sneak attack damage. And what's the last thing I keep saying that I keep forgetting? Someone gets pets. No. Missing range. Well, we can do the sneak attack. I'm kind of looking at the sneak attack alchemist. Like if I like multi-class vivisectionist with like either a ranger or a rogue or something to get like range damage dealer. We just had it. We just had 6. What was the last one? I hated my sorcerer in the thing we were just doing though, by the way, chat. Was super dull. Looking at these. And for tank, we have a tank. I don't know. I don't really want to play a paladin. They're like, I don't know, paladins and druids are always kind of hateful for me. What are some of the things that we could do? So, all right, I want Babe to experience the fun bits in this game, which are often going to be looting and picking up new stuff that does cool things. We're going to have Sorcerer for AoE control. We kind of wanted an AoE damage dealer, didn't we? We could just run 5, I guess. A deer. I prefer to level more often with less characters than level less often with more characters. This is, I don't know what a kineticist is. What is that class? I think I'm already getting the, I see the freebooter ranger coming up repeatedly, but I think we already get that buff from the sensei monk. DLC class. I don't have it and don't really want it. Is it the standard problem with all DLC classes too? It's overpowered. Freebooter ranger buff stacks. I really don't like rangers. Is there any way we can multi-class this freebooter ranger to be less trash? Okay, bet style fee. I fucking hate. One my fighter. I don't think I have a fighter right now. So what? I guess let's look at the multi-class of the Viva Sectionist. So I like the idea of this. So I liked the self-buffing off of the long self-buff off of the mutagens was pretty cool. And I like the sneak attack. I think I would like to make this ranged as opposed to melee. They were squishy. So what do I want to do for that then? So poison resistance was fine. Medical discovery was whatever. This was okay. Do we need something else that gets sneak attack, right? The one fighter, everything else. Well, if I do that, I'm not sneak attacking off the fighter, right? There's no fighter sneak attack progression that I see. What would it even be? Would it be just generic fighter? Do we rather do this with a rogue maybe? Where else can I get sneak attack? So 2 of the 3 of the 4 rogue subtypes have sneak attack bonus. 4 of the 4. This one just has lower sneak attack progression, I think. It looks like Slayer has sneak attack progression, also lower. All of the Slayer stuff looks like it has that. This is a lot of damage, and it was really easy to proc, and it seemed like a solid damage dealing ability that's physical as opposed to magical. Any ranger at 6 levels has 6 shots. Player archer can be okay. Alright, so what are we getting from this? We're going to take 1 point in this, giving us we're getting mutagens for the buff. And what are the ranged rogues like? Okay, what's the... I gotta read this. Deals extra damage. Blah 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 blah. Extra damage is 1d6, increased by 1d6 at third level. Additional damage, precision damage can have multiplied on critical. What is the limitations on sneak attack with stacking them, right? Why is it? What is 1d8 with daggers? That's like a sub spec or something? What is the knife master's? Subset here. Ah, I see. I see. So she is actually debuffed sneak attack for bows if we're trying to use them as ranged. Okay, what about a thug? What does a thug do? Start with weapon finesse is nice. It doesn't apply to range. How are we doing dex-based damage on this character? Or not. The thug successfully uses persuasion to demoralize a creature. The duration of the shaking condition is increased by 1 round. Come in with a sneak attack. Come in with evasion. Rogue talents may be good. Don't know. The damage at level 3. Best training. Alright, but are we going to actually have bow abilities here? Maybe we can get that racially. And what do we get out of this game? We get a stacking bonus out of the alchemist portion of this. No way to add dex damage to a bow. Oh, that's interesting, because unlike 5e, then do rogues actually end up, does sneak attack end up doing anything with bows then? How do you get damage out of that? Because you're just using the bow attack as a rider to deliver sneak attack damage, essentially? We don't actually give a shit about the base bow damage? Maybe we don't want... What rogue talents are there? Yeah, I was trying to play with sneak attack, Jeremiah. So we could do a fighter-based archer. Although our sub-specs don't seem particularly good for what we're trying to do with that. I guess I don't know what this one does yet. Seem like it's that. So we're taking generic fighter if we do that. Armor training. Like, these don't seem like things I actually want right now. They're like frontline abilities. Look at the Slayer. Slayer is the other one with sneak attack progression, right? Guess I need to read what the sub abilities do. That seems very nice as a ranged ability. That seems nice. What does the default Slayer get? The other ones don't. What does Vanguard get? Oh, this is the description of trolling. So we get studied target, studied target. The studied target is part of all of them. That's irrelevant. Oh, this actually has a weakened studied target. Whatever that ability is doesn't show up. Any opponent has a move action, +1 bonus on attack rolls and weapon damage. Unnamed, so it stacks. What is the swift portion? At level 7, study an opponent as a move or swift action. Doesn't it start as a move action? Slayer can study an opponent he sees as a move action. So it just makes it a free action is all that does. Okay. What is the second line? The second line is Slayer talents. Slayer can take rogue talents as Slayer talents. Okay. And he gets to select combat styles such as archery. Sounds positive so far. Main benefit of Slayer, floating studied, get bonus from ranger plus attacks plus more HP and more important full bad progression. Yeah, that sounds kind of what we want, right? This is a ranged damage dealer specializing in a bow, pulling up sneak attack. That sounds kind of exactly what we want. But I don't understand Diablos. If I start as 1 point Vivisectionist and then pick up Ranger or pick up Slayer, how does my bab progression behave? Armed. So if I start 1 point Slayer and then pick up 1 point in Alchemist, how does that work? Isn't the first progression of this 1? One plus 3/4 is 1. I see. So question is, do we care about the mutagen? What else do I get from the Slayer? What are these different ones do? So much shit down here. Chat, tell me the difference between these these 4 subclasses, so I don't have to hover every ability and try to fucking make sense of it. I need a restriction so I can actually move forward. Gotcha on Diablos. Where gets 2 bonus damage on level 10. Vanguard is a teamwork temp buffer. Okay, so we don't want Vanguard. Deliverer here. We want this quick study target swift. Seems important then. Has sneak attack progression, studied target, player talents, which are also rogue talents, which seem solid. What have we given up? Did leave these on the same lines. Whatever this second line is, Slayer talents are lower, or just they're offset by around by 2 levels, and there's less of them. Yeah, Cyanoid, sure. Lore tip helps. Really? Because let me read you the Vanguard lore tip. You ready? Vanguards are battlefield commanders. Okay, battlefield commander, okay. Who focus on the brutality of combat. Oh. Quick to react to danger. They're a valuable scout. Okay, frontline, stealthy kind of guy. Capable officer. Wait, backline man. Skilled tactician. Good at fighting. What? I mean, what the fuck do I get from that description? Doesn't tell me a goddamn thing. I don't know, chat. Deliverer versus Slayer. What am I actually doing here? Guess I need to read this other shit down here. What is this one? 10th level character can choose one of the advanced rogue talents in place of a rogue talent. Seems okay. I don't know what an advanced rogue talent does. Do the same as this guy apparently. Here we get deity selection and determined zeal. Fuck off attempts to control or kill him. Bonus to will saving throws. That sounds really, really situational. The sneak attack prereq is at least 1d6. Okay. The divine. Huh? So what's it? Deity select. I don't want another deity, quite honestly. Okay. About the level 10 feet down the bottom. Thing here? They both get it. Another one you're talking about. This thing. Oh, but that requires quite a lot of... assuming I fight a lot of different alignments, this bonus is only then situational in some setups. And it's not at all clear to me when those setups are going to be going into a playthrough blind. Right. awful good. That's why I hate paladins. I don't want my character's power tied to my RP decision. Alright. We're going to try a Slayer Archer. We're no longer multi-classing. We're no longer multi-classing because we're worried about bad progression. Feels kind of bad. We're just pure slayering. No mutagens. Sounds good. Bad. Alright. And a bow user is strength. I'm looking for composite bows. Or I'm going dex based and not looking to do damage except from sneak attack. But our sneak attack progression is slower on a Slayer than a Rogue, right? Every 2 levels on Rogue starting at 1. Slayer is every 3 levels starting at 3. Bab isn't a big deal. Is it just delay me by 1 level, the Bab stuff? Alright, help me work through that, chat. I don't know really how to parse that. So so I liked the long running buff as the mutagens. Although maybe not that much if I'm trying to run them as range. It's not essential. It just was kind of cool. And I liked the vivisectionist sneak attack progression.
A gleaming endowment.
Thank you, Care Bear, for $30, man.
GME.
Donation. Hey. ME. I don't know what that means. Thank you. ME. Don't know. I like the idea of the Slayer for the ranged damage dealer. Oh, the GameStop stuff. I see. Making money off the market manipulation. I wish you luck if you are. All right. So we make a Archer who kind of uses a little bit of sneak attack but doesn't use so much sneak attack. So we're gonna do Slayer Archer. Good. So they're physical damage dealer. Like a fighter without all the feats. Okay. Yeah. Alright, alright. Player position 4. I'm gonna lose interest at this rate. I think rare for me, but here we are. All right, what race do we want to do with Slayer? We are range based, so the movement's a little less important. Damage is strength based. Our accuracy is dex based. Seems like a fucking massive fail. What else do we need to know about that? Movement for extra feet. Matters something with dex. Skill do again? Sure. Looks like a human, right? He's got a bow, knife. That's magic. We can't have all the things. Like, you're not very humanish. I'm not gonna worry about portrait matching. So much, chat. Alright. So primary stats on this character are charisma and int dumps, presumably. We're looking at maybe like wisdom little bit of wisdom, a little bit of con, a lot of dex, and a lot of strength. Dex is our hit. It's gonna be more important. How do I choose? Oh, right there. Nice to have some strength. What are we restricted to as Slayer for armor? Light? $14. Medium. Nice to get medium armor out of it. I don't know what armor is gonna matter. Really, if we ever get hit, we just die instantly. Wisdom good for archery. We have 3 points here. I don't know why. It says we get an extra because we have int of. I'm getting 3. I know the human racial gave me 1. But presumably, I don't get a lot here. Yeah, but 3 is much more than I thought I was going to get. I know I have negative int. Shouldn't I have less than 3 is my point? -2 plus 1 plus Slayer points. Okay, but what do I get per level up right now? Just I'll get 2, right? Because the min value per level up is 1, and then the human racial is a second. So I get 2 per round. Is that correct? How are we not trickery spec as this fucking class? Kidding me? This is a rogue. Not that I don't want more skill points, it's that I don't want skill points that are... I don't want to pay for skill points when I don't need them. A rogue, it's a hunter. Hunters can't be very classed. So what is this? It's just -3. Is the progression the same between a class skill and a non-class skill? No, it's +3 per. What would we even want here then? Like, none of these are dex based, right? Charisma is a dumb stat for us. Perception is wisdom. We barely have. I mean, we would take wisdom. We would take that. Like, we get 2 of these and only 2. What's the other one? Like athletics. Who's picking my locks right now? Remember, the rest of the class is the monk pick locks. It's +3 on the first one. I don't have room for. Alright, I'm getting lunch. I'm gonna go get lunch, chat. Solve this issue for me. We'll be back in a moment. All right, I'm back, chat. Food consumed. All right, I did have a thought that I wonder if the holy based one has deity that could help with the trap problem. I don't know how the deity. Are the deities just a weapon? Like, does this just give me weapon stuff? Not critical. They'd pick traps. Yeah. Feels like it's critical. Feels pretty critical to me. Gods give slayers? I don't know, man. What do we gain for proficiency? I don't know. It's class-based, I guess. Simple and martial weapons. Presumably a longbow is a martial weapon, right? We don't actually need deities for weapons. This pisses me off that the abilities don't actually line up for what I want them to do. So we're only going to get 2 per level, I believe. Even with the -2 modifier, 1 from human, 1 from basic 1 to level up. That pretty means we're going to be hitting perception plus trickery, I think, all the way up. We just start so low here. We're at -2 int, right? One and a half int. I could hit like this though, or maybe one of the. I don't know if we want either of these. Do we want mobility or athletics for an archer? Which one is the? We end up like stealth, trickery, and something else. What does stealth give us besides rounds? Can we do the? I don't understand. Chat. I don't know what stealth does in Pathfinder. Sneaking past stuff. Dialogue options, nothing. So we don't actually care about this. So it doesn't give me the ability to hide in combat. Rip. My great skill in this game? Okay, that's fine. Maybe we want mobility or something. Human that we're getting this? We're ending up with point blank shot, presumably. Like weapon focused bow or something going. Fuck chat, I just lost interest in character creation. That's bad news for me. We gotta get this rolling. Otherwise I'm gonna end up finishing this game by leaving it. A shot is needed? Alright. Okay, so this is a regular Slayer. Human Slayer. Maybe we just start. So, okay, so this is... We got 3. Okay, let's get the other ones just roughly mapped out. We can do the rest of the character creation when we do them, I guess. We need to figure out the main character, though. The main character has slightly different things because they have more stats, right? I don't understand why they have more stats, but they seem to. Is the monk gonna be really the buff monk gonna be really multi? So look at okay, so we're gonna go Slayer. Done. Doesn't need to be. I don't. They didn't look super stat dependent to me. So the monk, the cleric, not the monk, the Slayer, the cleric, and the monster tactician all seem to not need to be the main character because none of them seem super attribute dependent. 3 remaining. We're looking to get the monk, to get the fuck, what are the other ones? Monk and what else? Track of it all seems almost impossible. We're gonna do the monk, the sorcerer, and the something. Could run 5. I think there was another damage dealer in there. His dumping character. Okay, dumping charisma. So the Sork maybe ends up being the main. What does Sorks need? Presumably con, charisma, X. Yeah, good main a Sork then. Campaign. I'm in Dex if I want to deal damage. I do. Okay. What was I'm missing the 6th character right now though, chat. What have we not covered in our character creation stuff here? we were gonna do Slayer, Monk, Cleric. Don't do the Sensei build? Why? I like the idea of a Bard Monk for buffing and tanking. That sounds great. You're our second reach character. What is the fear character? The Thug? Thug is a rogue variant. It's like a melee rogue. Well, that was one of the other ones we were kind of interested in too, wasn't it? The two-handed weapon user. Oh, we got a fuck ton of summons, right? Daggers or board and sword. Scion. I need to start chat. Okay, let's build our Sork. Let's build our Sork as the campaign. I just hit a wall with interest with the character creation, which is really, really rare for me. But the problem is, what happens is I'm spiraling. What I am getting is the what is it called? Like analysis paralysis, where I'm seeing like a billion fucking options out there and struggling to find the motivation to choose between them. But let's main story this. We're gonna run this on hard. We can change these things later. The only things I really, really cared about were allow character retrain. We fucked this up. Okay. Well, we did play some. We've done that.
A kind gesture.
We've done some playing of this to get some basic ideas, and then this is round 2 of this. You fixer for the $5. Cheers. All right, create a new character. Go. What do we want for a sorcerer? Like a sorcerer. Person's a main. It's so weird that they give me character icons that are used by other people already. What is this? What the fuck is happening in this? Got a peg leg with a boot midway up it. Playing with string. Garrot? I think that's supposed to be. I don't think you want that ground base, chat. You're trying to sneak up behind someone and kill someone. You don't want like a. You don't want this pulling from like a thing at the base of your foot that you leave behind you. Could be a sorcerer. Got writing on his head that wise in the ways of magic. All right. What do we want to run race-wise for a Sork? Let me guess, Azamar? Or no. No, I don't want minus movement on my Sork. I found it really annoying for casting spells last time. Especially when you're trying to get AoEs that don't impact your own people, so you're casting behind the enemy. I really needed to move. I don't want to run slow. Probably Azamar. Okay. What? Gonna run a sorcerer. Alright, the basic sorcerer was really boring early. We were up to level 5 or level 6 in the dungeon diving, and the sorcerer was still really boring. So, what are we gonna do to combat the fact that sorcerer is boring? Do we have any like fancy sorcerers? Gives animal companion, which is more fun. Animal companions are less fun for me than not having animal companions. Alright, what do these different sorcerers do? Just imagine descriptions that actually did something. Okay. Dragon Disciple is melee Sork. Interesting. Okay, we don't want Sage Sorcerer because we're looking to be Charisma based. I mean, initiative rolls off Animal Companion seem nice. That was a familiar though. I don't know if Animal Companion gives us stupid pet, right? And the pet I have to control as opposed to just letting the... I liked the summons that I didn't have to control them. I understand it's more flexible to control it, but I don't want to fucking control my summon. And I don't want to add a 7th character on a turn-based thing if I can avoid it. Good tank? Yeah, but we have a tank and we have summons. Do I have to do more of that? Like, I understand if some ability is broken, we just throw in as many of them as you can and break the game open. I'm not really convinced I want to do that. Really. This is insight rather than force of personality. That means wisdom instead of charisma. I don't want. How many times I've said this? I don't want a pet. Don't want one. We have a cat fun. We've had a cat fun for years on this channel. Don't want it. Don't want it. Basic Sorcerer? Basic Sorcerer was fucking boring. What can we do to make this more interesting? What does a Magus compared to a Sorcerer do? Yes. If we're looking for CC, well, maybe it was going to be the 6th class, but yeah, we could do that. We could try to do like a melee two-hander, which seems much more fun to me, and there's like 5 variations of that, right? The Barbarian, the Fighter, all seem very good. And then we could take Thug as CC, but don't we need magic CC? Mages is a melee like a Gish. Gishes are fun. I have to build them pretty fucking tanky though. You guys are pretty big on the Sword Saint. First with Arcane Bloodline plus 1 over. Alien slow spell selection. God, I may have broken myself for today about this. I'm not even kidding. Like I just need to play something now. I need to go fight something. Too much character creation. This. What happens if we don't have a sorcerer or a wizard? How salty are we going to be not having access to high level magic? Pretty salty. Campaign has a perfect wizard. Buy me tiefling. What do we want tiefling for? Dead Sea levels of salty? Oh fuck, okay. You're gonna want to cast, you're telling me. Have a cleric, aren't they a caster? Get him. He looks like a caster. Better caster class? What, Tiefling's a better caster class or a better sorcerer? What do I get from this? What is the DLC sort of? What's the class we're accessing? I don't know. What if I don't play through? I'd feel no, Joas. Thank you for the offer. I'd feel super bad though. Like if I didn't like end up playing through it and you'd like, no thanks, man. Appreciate it though. Long we can get haste from somewhere. Is that the big one that we care about here? I feel like big AoEs would be fun, and I feel like how is there not like an evocationist here? All right, Basilian specialist sounds like a fucking nuker if we want him to be, right? Can we just like stack massive amounts of casting damage here? DC buffs. I mean, that sounds nice. Chat. Remember, too many options. All right, I need to like put the 4. Okay, let's do it this way then. All right, tap in chat's knowledge too hard here. I'm sorry. Normally I do this myself, but I just don't have it. So here we go. Okay, existing so far. We have bog standard cleric. All right, we have ranged slayer. We have monster tactician. What else? We have 3 floating slots right now. Currently, these are tentatives. We have Sensei Monk. Oh, it's EI, right? Okay. And then 2 more tentatives here, which are CC Caster and some final form of damage dealer. Okay. That's our 6-man party, right? 3 of which we have done, 3 we don't. Can't see it. Well, it's probably because it probably, as I edit it, it probably doesn't change it, but it's up there now, right? Just pick something, please. This is hard to read what Ken see. Man, why is it hard to read? I'm gonna move it over here if it helps right now. I understand that the text behind it blocks, but the text changes, right? And this is like the spot that, anyways. We can move it there for now, right? So if we look at this, I'm green. I don't know what color is the most visible. I doubt it's lime green though. So we could do like a damage dealing wizard. Okay, so the CC element leaves me a little concerned right now. So I kind of don't hate the idea of like a Sork who does damage and CCs, and then like a Thug who does damage and CCs. Like that seemed reasonable. That seemed fun, maybe? Question mark. The specialized nuker wizard sounded fun to me. Maybe. Although a specialized buffer wizard might be okay too. Just running a barbarian in there seemed fine. Like a 2-handed weapon damage dealer seems great. The problem is I'm worried on this difficulty that anything without really high AC stacking is just going to die in the front line. So bunch of backline damage dealers seems reasonable. Main cleric. I have a bog standard healer cleric. Negative channeling. Interesting. was kind of expecting, okay, here's what we need for chat suggestions at this point. It needs to be 2 chat suggestions, right? Because a single doesn't actually answer the question here. We have those 2 floating spots that we'd like to cover these roles with. Does a backline work without a front line? The monk's front line, and we have a shit ton of summons, right? Okay, I'm not restarting. The characters that we've already created, we're keeping. Because I will go insane right now. So the ones with stars next to them are the ones that are still a little floaty. /wizard is too good for CC. Oh, I see. So you're saying that, in other words, you like this setup. What you're saying. Wizard and a sword saint. Yep, could be that. That could be fun. Does a sword saint use 2-handed swords or 1-handed swords? Mystic Theruge sounds interesting. The wizard subset sounded interesting. I just want it casting base crowd controls, right? One-handed duelist kind of thing. That's fine too. I want to use fun weapons too. Lightning to our own summons sounds amazing. Grenadier is good at single target CC. Sylvan Sorcerer. Alright. Alright, let's build this Sylvan. The fucking Sylvan Sorcerer. Bullied into pets. Feels like real life right now. Alright. What am I doing for this bog standard Sylvan? I mean, I love that we decided today we're going to be multi-classing. I end up with the exact same group we're already running. None of them multi-classed. Does seem rather special. It's better. Halfling as a caster? They're slow as balls, right? What do I even get as halfling? Perception and halfling luck? Why would I want this as a caster? Why would I want like this guy who does really fun things like elven magic so he actually hits something? All right, maybe we do an elf wizard for the most, unique and totally not done archetype of all time. Go an easy elf wizard. And all right, how do the opposites in this work? What benefits do I get out of this, first of all? Really exciting to me. Additional spell slots of each spell level he can cast. The bonus spells must be used to prepare the same spell from the wizard's specialization. Allowing the wizard to cast a spell twice. The wizard cannot use these slots for 2 different. Can we run this as a I want to see what this does for me, chat. Where do I see the fucking spells I got? I guess I have to hover the midways on this. So how do I choose which thing we specialize in? Dying here, chat. Dying. Yeah, I realize they're hyper specialized, but the thing about being hyper specialized with these opposition things, right, would be that sometimes I'm going to rule out stuff I want. Like, let's say I want haste and fireball. Like, can I do that with this? I probably can, right? There's probably some setup here that doesn't do this. Get to abilities. Oh, here it is. Right there. Prohibited schools. What are all the debuff spells? Illusion. Frenzy, transmutate. Problem is I don't know the spell list either, so I literally cannot make this decision without more knowledge. It feels so bad. All I know is evocation is big number damage rolls, right? And AoEs. So I don't want to prohibit evocation. These are not really good blasters. Wow, imagine being the most knowledgeable spellcaster in the universe and not being good at casting spells. Hmm. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that it's bad fucking character design that your main character has different stat attributions than all the other characters that you designed from scratch for your game, and that all the default characters immediately show up, duplicating all the things you want to do. Rumble. I should be able to, for example, on this main character, make this summoner and just move on, right? Prevents me from doing that. The fact that the fucking main character gets more stat points than the other characters, which means that what prevents me doing that is min-maxing stat points. Yep, chat's obsession with persuasion is. What does this one do again? Inquisitor's mad. How is the Inquisitor mad? It wasn't a problem at all for what we wanted to do. It was just like all strength. It was like strength with a little tiny bit of wisdom. I don't know what we're discussing, Frozen Squall. I've just been told to worry about that. Base Wizard ban Abjuration and something else. How do I wait, base Wizards have to ban shit too? Oh, I didn't know that base Wizards had to choose one band's spell, one band school. So my charisma options in this game are Paladin and Sorcerer. Is there anything else that really benefits from charisma? Bard, maybe? We don't want a Bard. Scion Magus. Arcane in. The this something that's fun? Charisma Rogue, aka the Thug, would do it too. I didn't realize I could build a rogue to do this. Are rogues mad though? I guess they might be. What the fuck does this unit even do? Ready? Unlike typical magi, Eldritch Scions do not study tomes of magic or spend time learning to combine martial and magical skills. Rather, they find their spells and abilities come to them instinctively. That doesn't tell me anything. Fighter Sork instead of a fighter wizard, of course. Alright, let's try this rogue. Thug rogue with the CC. We sell for traps? I don't know. Oh, in the end. Finding the options a little frustrating right now. What does this character do? Sneak attacks people, presumably in melee. And then they just max out persuasion. We have to do. We have to take a break. Have to. I'm gonna go insane. Close temporarily. We got half our party planned. Let's take a minute to kill some shit, and then we can go back to planning more parties, I guess. I still would like to see the one is which? I still would like to actually see a boss fight. Alright. We lost a guy yet here? Yeah. We lost our... Oh, we didn't lose the barb yet. It was at 5. Okay.
My skills are absolute.
Who's that? Our Sork? Yeah. Boring Sork is down, so we're down to 4 party members. We'll move deeper into the dungeons.
Their life ends here.
All right.
I still got it.
Ouch. I guess ideally we build a character that we don't even have to be at the computer to play with. Presumably is like go 5 summoners and walk away. 6 summoners and walk away rather. Look at this. I have to use the fucking leopard. Why? Why do I have to use the leopard? It makes me... This person needs to not die. They have already taken their mutagen. Fuck. 4 bonus to dex, 2 natural armor. I mean, that's such a big bonus, man. It's 2 hit, 2 damage, 2 armor. As something that just happens. Powerful, man. Alright, we need to go ahead and heal. Alright, where's our cleric? Stuck in melee. Let's fix. Nowhere to go. Oh, it's not our cleric. This is our fucking... I just move him away from the guy that I need to do damage to.
This should do it.
Okay, small losses. And... I also moved away from them. That's fine. We can use the heal, I guess. That cancel my summons? Oh, when the summoner goes down? Okay, so really, ideally, what we actually want to do is summon and just sprint to a different map if possible. Hey, did the leopard just solo them? As I said. Perfect. Well played on our part. We did all the work here. We had, so dumb.
I stand ready. Adventures await.
I'm worried that's gonna be the game though. Right? Exactly. I'm worried the game is gonna be I cast the summon button, your turn. And if I do that, the last thing I want to do is individually control the summons.
What a failure.
The meaningless summons.
I'm
Do all the
always
all the
ready.
work for themselves. The guy not getting any HP from those rolls. Picking this lock or what? What happened to the lock? They're trapped, brother. I can't interact with it anymore. But everyone in chat is screaming that pets are boring? Really? Because everyone in chat is telling me to take pets in pet classes and summon classes. And I feel like I'm pushing back on that because I don't actually wish to do that. So the compromise I can make is I'm fine with the summoner. The summoner is fine. Because the summoner doesn't have to control his pets. I'm less fine with every single fucking class having a controllable pet. So now I have a regular combat fight at turn-based, which I prefer to do. But have 12 characters I have to control.
Onwards.
I already like being down to 4. Maybe we shouldn't go 6. We should just go 4. And then we could run like a summon or 2. Because then we'd have 6. And it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And then I don't have to create 6 characters in a game I don't really understand yet. Thoughts?
I'll make my own legend.
Oh, they don't have sight, the summons? Correct. Summon from spells are automated. Alright, what do we have here? We have... our reach attacker who's already cast his spell but goes first. Where's my buff spells? Oh no, this is our... this is our... okay. Spider looks scary. What's our AC here? 21. It's nowhere near enough. Alright. Chunk ourselves. Someone's got creamed, but therefore, I guess. Buff up the barb. Okay, has some more summons. Hello. Yeah. I think we min rolled there on the number we can cast. A leopard. Okay. What happens if I lose my pet? Anything? So from this minimal playthrough that we've done with these dungeons, it felt like the HP of the enemies don't scale super hard. So I'm getting a lot of one-shots. We're just getting hits was relevant, and then having the ability to avoid damage on at least one character, and then the summons, right? I'm just worried that I'm gonna create these characters and I'm gonna play the game and it's gonna be trivial all the way through, or like dumb in a weird way, like where it's like, oh, your guy gets hit once and he dies, goes out the back door of HP and just full dies. We get slower when we take this buff too. Yeah, look. 20 turns later. If this were an archer and I could self buff and then attack, that'd be great. But the fact that I have to now move into melee is so painful. Spawn at rest, gotcha. And Spider's just throwing out huge amounts of AoE over there. Killing everything, that's fine. But it's all summons, right? Alright, what are we doing here? Barb's at half. Okay, this is our summoner. Any of my wolves still up? Yeah, one. Run out bless here is okay. Not clump up would be nice. Wolf kills something on its own.
A calculated risk.
There's not quite dead. We get multiple attacks here with sneak attack and a really big accuracy modifier. What is the accuracy modifier right now? Plus 13.
This will hurt.
Didn't kill it though. Hit it once, missed twice. AoE the bejesus out of us. Almost killed the cleric from full. Need to, and almost killed this guy from full as well. Why did that end my turn? I want to move now. Where the fuck did that end my turn? I have a debuffer or run one here. Well, this is again we just want to get to a boss floor is all. I just want to figure out what it feels like. That's it.
We can do it.
So I'm not running shit here. We had 6 and we lost 2 kind of deal, right? So making our way through it.
This will hurt.
Alright, Purist is almost dead here. Which isn't ideal.
This is not the end.
It's 11. Okay, so we're not dead there yet. We are getting fucked up by these the melee, their archers in the back. All my summons down, and we got the one lazy wolf there doing fuck all.
Strike with all your might.
Right.
Let's try this way.
King Spider's Venom Fortitude save. Okay. We get any attacks off here? No, we still haven't. Dude. Alright. Never again am I ever using Reduce Person as a spell, and also I want a ranged dex-based damage dealer. I think. Killed himself, that's good. And we can rest here, also good. Minus 4 dex. Ouch.
That was easy.
Players of Deadlock? I think so too, right? Like, I think that fits what I want. Player. Alright. Guild buffed. Alright, let's go ahead and take our mutagen. And let's bring the team together.
March on.
Interesting. A trivial task.
What do we get from this? Foresight.
No stopping now.
Alright, I think we're on like depth 7 right now. Okay, can I open with a ranged attack? I don't have any ranged attackers left. They've all died, right? I guess we're gonna open with a with a summon.
Shame one life is not enough to master them all.
What's going on right now? This narration. Enlarge the cast. That vivisectionist cannot cast it on others, so I can't enlarge anybody. I can only enlarge ourselves if we did that, which I have no interest in doing. What happens if I trigger the trap with the wolves standing right on top of it? We're gonna find out. Nothing. Okay. Alright, wolves. There's 3 of you. Take your actions and move on with my life. What's happening here? Do we freeze? We're not turn. I mean, we are turn-based here, but isn't it that turn? Press T to reset it. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is overpowered panther thing. Can't move through right now. Delay that. Alright. Melee damage dealer in melee feels good.
You should have run.
Hit him once, didn't get sneak attack. It's kind of weird.